raise my hands, bow my head. I'm finding more and more truth in the words written in red. You tell me that there's more.
Hey everybody, Cokeman 250 here. Well, I just thought I'd show you how I mylar all my bulk goods. Beans, rice, wheat, corn, popcorn. I've done some, there's not a lot of things I do mylar with, just because it's you know, it's an extra added cost. I try to do all the bulk sacks because it's quicker than vacuum sealing them down into smaller bags. So right now I got a 50-pound bag of rice and I got a 50-pound bag of popcorn we're gonna do. So let's start out here. This is how I do it. So we'll go. Got my bucket. Got my 5-gallon. These are for the 5 and 6 gallon mylar. These are for the 5 and 6 gallon buckets. And this is a 6 mil thickness. These are good thick bags. I mean, they're good and thick. Alright. I just get it started in there. Let me get you in frame here. I pour about half my bag in there. Pour about half my bag in there. And then I go to work. Getting that stuff settled down to the bottom. And I just, you know, you can see. And I do, you know, whole 50 pound. Whole 50 pound I don't think will fit in a 5-gallon bucket. But I don't store mine in 5-gallon buckets. It's not my big bulk stuff that I do in mylar. Wow, that'll wear a man out. Alright. But I store all my bulk stuff, my 5 and 6 gallon mylar bags. I store them in 55-gallon steel drum. And I'll show you in another video, or maybe at the end of this one, about what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got all that 50 pounds in there. And as you can see, it's above the 5-gallon bucket. I use a 5-gallon bucket just to help me. It's an extra set of hands. I do use buckets to store in, but it's usually like my smaller mylar bags, and I just slip them down in there. You know, I can pay $10 for a steel drum with a lid, and I can put There ain't no telling how many of these bags I can put in there. I'll have to count it up one day. But, or I can pay, you know, a couple, say $2.50 for a bucket and a lid. Well, that $2.50, that's for one bucket and lid, and that's one bag. So 4 buckets is already to my 55-gallon drum price, if you get what I'm saying. I can store a lot more goods in a 55-gallon drum than I can in buckets. Yeah, there you go. Depending on what you're prepping for and how you're prepping, it's needs to be, you know, you can grab 5-gallon buckets and go. You can't grab a 5-gallon drum. You can, but you better have some big hosses helping you. And you can throw one of them off in the bed of a truck, yeah. But they're not near as portable as the 5-gallon buckets. So, you know, I'm not saying I got some mixed up stuff in 5-gallon buckets that I could grab and throw in there and get out of Dodge. But this is for, I'd say this is how I prep to bug in. So, okay, here we go. We got the old Mylar bag. And then I like to get me a good flat surface here. And I've had this warming up. That's the wife's Chi. She hates when I do this. So, I start. I start on one end, and I take it as far in as it'll go. And I just pull it along. I clamp it on there for 10 seconds. That's just my rule of thumb of how I do it. And then on this side, I go in as far as I can. And I go kind of high in case I ever have to cut this bag open. I can cut it off kind of high and still got all this bag left. I'm trying not to waste as much, you know, as little of the bag as I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then start dragging. Okay. So I got that, and then I got a pocket right here in the middle. And this is how I throw in my O2 absorber. And I use one 2000. I use one 2000 cc O2 absorber. And I shove it in there real good. And I push out all that I can. And then I just start going in there after that pocket. All right. And there it is. That's done. Pull this. I'll let this cool for a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll pull it out of the bucket. Okay, so I've let this cool, and as you can see if you can see that. Let me zoom in. It makes a good wide seal, and it's smooth. Okay, so let's we're gonna take this out of the bucket. And then what I do, I smash it down flat. When you smash it flat, it's like it kind of takes some more of the air out, sucks it in. So there it is. 50 pounds of rice. Now I got 50 pound bag of popcorn. And I just take a couple quart jars. And fill me up a couple quart jars out of this. And this is what I'll use at the house. You know, I'll pop that and eat it. And I won't have to open up my Mylar. And then I'll just start over with the same thing with the popcorn as I do with the rice. I'll be back. Alright, so here's my steel drum. Looks like we're going to fit six of these 5 gallon or 6 50-pound bags of stuff in here in Mylar. Then you got room around the edges here, you know, where you can fit stuff, salt, whatever. Here's some 50-pound bag of beans, another 50-pound bag of beans. There's a 50-pound bag of rice down here underneath. And we just added a 50-pound bag of popcorn and another 50-pound bag of rice. So my goal is to get one of these steel drums. I'm going to do one steel drum for 2 members of my family. So I'm going to have another steel drum of bulk goods like this, and that'll be my family of 4. And that's probably, I'm going on a year is what I'm shooting for. You know, you're going to have supplemental stuff such as your garden and hunting, this and that, you know. Plus, this is just bulk stuff to get you by. You know, hopefully, I'm going to start putting away, you know, Mountain House and some number 10 cans of stuff. But this is what I'm doing right now. And I also have buckets. I have buckets of stuff. And I think one of these is vegetables, one's dry milk, one's oats. One is dehydrated potatoes. I don't remember what the other 2 are, but one of them's granola cereal. You know, so I have buckets also, but like I said, it's not for my big bulk stuff. And I probably will put together a couple buckets with rice and beans in them, just so if something happens, I can throw them in the car and get out, you know. So there it is, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. If you know, if there's something I need to do different. This seems to be working for me, so I'm going to keep going with it. This is Cokeman 250 from the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless. And remember, prep smarter and pray harder.